What's the most common question I get asked? What pen do you use? Everybody wants to know. If they use my pen, will they be drawing like me? And I get it. You sort of think that must be where the magic lies. I'm not going to dissuade you from that. Instead, I'm going to tell you about my favorite pens that I'm using right now. And I'm saying that right now because I change my pens all the time. I find something new, I get sick of something else. They come and go. I think of pens kind of like shoes. You know, you might have a pair of shoes you like a lot, but then you go running and you get a pair of sneakers or running shoes, or you have bedroom slippers, or you go on a hike and you get hiking boots, or you wear cowboy boots for some reason, or you put on ballet shoes, ballet slippers, or tap shoes or cleats. I don't know. There's just a lot of different kinds of shoes. There are formal shoes that you might wear to, a wedding, and to the office. There's a different kind of shoes. There's just a lot of shoes, right? And pens are like that too. There are pens that are, very fluid and make big lines and are really smooth and fun and silky. And then there are pens that are very precise and very sharp. And then there are pens that are kind of go in between. They flow back and forth. They make thin lines and fat. There's all different kinds of pens and different tastes and different styles that go along with those pens. So I want to show you my pens, and bear in mind that, a few months from now, it might be a whole other lineup. So I may have to remake this video and tell you about the new ones then. Despite what I said before about not having a favorite, this kind of is my favorite. This is the beautiful Fudenosuke. Let's just do a quick drawing of this pen from Tombow, and it is called the WSBS, also known as the it's a calligraphic pen, brush pen, and it's got pigment ink in it, so it is pretty nice. And here's the next pen I'd like to tell you about that I use an awful lot as well, which is the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen. Pentel makes lots of different kinds of pens and lots of different kinds of brush pens, actually. And even this pocket brush pen, look, I have one here that has like a special Japanese wave design, and this one is sort of designed to look like wood. They're all basically the same pen. This is actually, there it is. It's got hairs here, and you can replace these cartridges. So you just get special cartridges, not expensive, and you just pop it in whenever your pen is running out of ink. And this pen itself will last forever. They're really great. So, next I wanted to show you this, which is, again, a pen that I have lots and lots of. This is the Lamy Safari. I have lots of these, and different colored inks in them and different nib sizes. One of many things that I love about this pen is it's just the design. It's just designed to be held. You can draw with it for a really long time without getting tired. This is just a really good cap and a good, unlike a lot of pens, this doesn't break. This pen will last you for many, many years. Again, cartridges that go inside. You can see how much ink you have here. It is just so intelligently designed, so flexible, and lots of people just love these pens. And I'm not surprised, because I do too. A lot of people have had the experience you try a fountain pen, but then you can't get it to write properly, or it's leaking, or there's just all kinds of messy things associated with it, and you don't know what to do. Is it a bad fountain pen? Do you need some degree in pen maintenance to look after it? I find it's pretty simple. I use Lamy Safari pens that are basically, you can't quite throw them in the dishwasher, but just everything short of that. They're pieces of plastic and metal. This is the actual nib. And you can just wash them in the sink with, I don't know, a bit of soap if you want. I usually just use water. All right, here they all are on my desk, and they're pretty dry. I've also separated the nibs here. I personally prefer the bold, but I also have the medium, the fine, the extra fine. I'll show you how I can reconstruct this pen. I think I'm going to put a medium into this, and it's yellow because I put yellow or sometimes red ink into it. Put the cap on, and it's good to go. Okay, so I have lots of different kinds of ink for these Lamy pens, lots of different colors that they come in. I have quite a lot of black, but I no longer use this black. I now use this, which is called carbon ink. And carbon ink is special because it is waterproof. These inks are not waterproof. Put a little bit of water on them, they start running. This thing, when it dries, it is bulletproof. Now you can get a thing like this, which I used to monkey around with, where you stick this into the pen and then you can add ink from a bottle to it. I don't bother with that anymore. I've tried so many different kinds of technical pens, and this is the Edding 1880 series. It's from Germany. They're now available here in the United States. They come in lots of different sizes, but this is the Drawliner, and it's the 1.0, which is very nice and fat. And I'm a big fan of it. And so you can see how big and fat this thing is. This is also an intelligently designed pen. I like the fact that it's very easy to see what size it is here. It tells you, quickly the size of it is right there. It is also a pigment ink pen, so it is waterproof, and it's disposable. You don't refill this, but I know it's German. The Germans and the Japanese seem to make the best pens, or at least my favorite pens. This is the Ecoline Brush Pen. It's again another brush pen, but I really like this pen as well. So yeah, it's just nice and smooth and juicy and fun to draw with, and it has this little cap on the back there. So this is a pen that I use an awful lot too, the Pentel brush sign pen, and they come in, I have hundreds of different colors, but I really like how smooth this is, and I don't draw with these so much, but I do love to write with them. Great pen, Pentel sign pen. And finally this one, which is the G-Nib. This is a G style nib, it's called, because you can see the edge, that profile looks like a G, and it comes in, I have it in a Koh-i-Noor handle, but this is the G-Nib. And you dip it here into India ink. You can make all kinds of beautiful lines with it. Very fine ones, very fat ones, and that is called the G-Nib. Okay, well, as I said earlier, different strokes for different folks. We all have lots of pens that we like, and it's up to you what you use today, and you might find inspiration from some of mine. I would love, again, to know what you like. What are you using? How are you using it? What makes it good? Let me know in the comments below. See you later.